Today we're gonna start the new project, which is a flying island, a floating island above my main island. Right. Usually I do the login before going live, but I'm a little bit late and I guess I want to go live. There we go. Alright, yeah. True, I am at my brother's place this time. Let me disable shaders so that I can look around without it lagging. And let's go home. Oh yeah, no, there's one thing that I still want to show you about this place, which is that there is an airplane nowadays around here, and soonish it will actually be able to take off and fly. Well, it will fly like this. Okay, it's going. Yeah, it is gonna fly over to this island that is under construction over there. This is all my brother's work. Now we've lost track of the airplane, it's going too fast. It has landed. And this place is gonna be a little bit of a minigame filled island, according to what I've heard. So these race cars are supposed to be usable as race cars in a racing game. Yeah. Yeah, so these will be able to then go onto these position pieces, markers, but how exactly this game will work, I have no clue. But we will find out sooner or later. And now off we go to my own place, where we want to start with the next project. So let's see, last time we have built a machine, a dirt and grass making machine. And I want to see whether that has been productive. Yeah, let's see. So that's this machine over here. Oh yeah, it has been productive for sure. In fact, it is completely full. So, okay, then let's clear up some inventory. First of all, I'm gonna drop in the dirt essences that I don't need in here. More dirt essence. No, come on, fall into this gap, please. Yes, thank you. Then we do have limestone seeds. Okay, we don't want to lose these kinds of things, though these are valuable. And we're gonna go into actual building now, so we don't need the wrench anymore. And we're gonna put away the other create blocks as well, because we don't need those right now. And also what I'm thinking is it might actually be nice to make the windmill on the island actually out of windmill blocks from Create. So we're gonna eventually need a whole bunch of wool in due time. Alright. Oh yeah, we do have some sand on us that I wanted to compress. Alright. So, oh yeah, sand I have already also migrated over, but let's burn some more of this sand over here. Okay, that means we are out of fuel in this machine, so let's get the lava bucket filled up and also add in some more of the wooden fuel. Right, you first, and we see it's burning. And we can do another round of lava bucket. Then we take all of the sticks and the saplings and we also put them in here. Then we take a bunch of furlog stacks. Alright, and then we go over to building the island as we wanted. I'm gonna pull up a reference image though, because right now I am not sure whether the island starts out with rock on the bottom or with the dirt, and we're gonna check that out. Feel good ink island. Okay, so it's pretty much dirt all the way down, or granite I suppose we could also use. Alright. And the exact shape of it all varies a little bit from version to version. Yeah, there's been a few people who have actually created this in Minecraft, I'm now seeing. Including me, I have made it before as well. It's a fun little project, but yeah, we wanna make it look good. Oh no, in this one we see that it is actually kind of rocky on the bottom. Huh. I see. Alright. So we're gonna need a lot of cooked stone and all that kind of stuff as well, which is good because we're making it over here right now. So this is filling over time with stone. I'm actually gonna take the bunch that we have in here and take it over to the storage so that this doesn't fill up so soon. So we do have stone somewhere here. Yeah, there we go. That is too much. Let's actually add, I guess, another drawer for stone. These only take 2 stacks. Hold on, then let's actually take this thing over here. Yeah. And now we have 4 4 left over, that's fine. We're gonna be building with the drone for obvious reasons, namely so that we can actually move around and build in the air in a reasonable way, but we cannot just place a block mid-air, so we're still gonna need some scaffolding block to build from the bottom. And we're also still gonna need an actual space where we decide to build. Let's take all of this dirt, a bunch of this cobblestone. Alright, and let's sleep and make a day. So let's look on this map. I suppose I could build it basically right over the V in front of the storage area. I think that's reasonable. Then let's claim these 2 points over here and build the island around the V. Okay, that's a plan, I think. So hold on, let's actually get into the drone first, cause otherwise I won't. Well, I guess I can't just fly down. Whatever. We do need more fuel though. And I need this F5 mode, please. Some fuel, then let's go. Basically, let's build it over here. Let's make a little bit of a dirt pillar to gain a little bit of distance to the ground. I think it's okay if we started on this block. And let's start by placing a stone block. This is gonna be the start of things. So now about the orientation of things, I'm gonna build it kind of from left to right here and not into the depth here, so that it looks nice from over here when you look onto my island. Yeah. And we wanna have it be at a respectable size. So I guess let's start on the thing. Now, kind of counterintuitively, we're gonna take back the stone that we just deposited. Yeah, let's take 3 stacks for now. We just wanna make an outline. And it doesn't have to be an exact replica, so I'm gonna freehand the shape. Oh nice. Hi. Alright. And we're gonna have the bulky end on this side and the skinny end over there. And I want it to be just big enough so that it kind of gets close to the clock tower, but it doesn't quite overlap with it. So that's the plan. Let me just take one more look at the reference. Okay, got it. Alright, then let's start. Okay, I'm just gonna freehand a little cross section here. Let's make this a bit taller. I'm gonna switch over to my precision axe in order to get back the actual stone and not get cobblestone out of it. Right, so there is a little bit of a noticeable bit on the bottom here, and then it gets much wider from that. So now that we've done this, I think we can go wide. Right, and on the left side it is starting actually a little bit earlier. Yes, and it goes flatter a little bit. And we usually get a look at the island from this side, so we're not gonna bother too much about getting the profile of the other angle correct. We're gonna try to make it kind of look like it from this perspective, and if it looks a little bit smooshed together from the other side, that's fine. We don't worry too much about that. So, and now actually it goes over to this side, being a little bit steeper. Whereas the other side keeps going on as it does. Oh, I think the fuel just ran out. Yeah, so let's put some more in. We're gonna... Hold on, let's actually see how big that is already from a distance. We got quite some more space, but I think nonetheless, let's start moving over to the skinny bit of the island. So now this one on the left side flattens as well and becomes long. So let's see, let's make it threes now. Threes and twos. And then it just kind of reaches its high point over here. Let's make it a little bit longer. And then let's go down one more time. It goes down in twos, I would say. So, and then it becomes a little bit steeper as well, and then this is approximately the end of it when it becomes then grass, I would say. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good shape, and let's also finish off the shape on the other side. So we're just gonna go up a little bit. Oops, that's wrong. Okay, I think that should do. In terms of a side profile view, I think this is pretty much exactly what the island looks like. Now I think I got a little bit wider than I intended because it goes now over the clock tower. But it's fine. From the bottom here they kind of don't overlap that much. Alright. And the other thing is we still need to go a little bit higher on the right side. But let me take a quick screenshot over here. So it's gonna be approximately the same height, it doesn't need to be perfect. Right, now let's move on to another thing. I realized that I kind of want moss in this project as well, and I have very little moss. So let me quickly park this drone. And let's look at this box over here. No, there is no moss in there. I do have moss somewhere for sure, right? Yes, moss block, there we go. Okay. Moss block. Is there a way I can craft you easily? Manipulation essence is not really it. Okay, I can just grow you on stone or on farmland. I don't think it makes any difference if I make it on dirt or on stone. So I guess let's just put up a hopper botany pot again and make some moss. To be fair, we no longer need this one, so let's get rid of all of the kelp in here. I guess I will just put them in the smelter for good old time's sake. And let's also, okay, we already removed the water bucket, that's good. We want moss, and it grows, for example, on stone. Right. This shall work. Yes. This will give us moss blocks. They are not urgently necessary already immediately. Let's actually get to the machine we built last time now and get ourselves some good dirt. Cause a whole bunch of this is gonna be built with dirt as well, I suppose, and with moss and with grass. But for now, the skeleton structure we're gonna make out of just clean stone. Not cause it's particularly convenient, just cause. Actually, I am a little bit scared that we might not have enough cobblestone in the chest there. So let me fill up the rest with cobblestone as well. Alright. You know what, let's trash some of this kelp actually. Given that we now have an infinite kelp maker. Alright. And we do have one moss block in there already. Actually, I will quickly go on a toilet break real quick. And I'm gonna AFK in front of this moss block. And we're back. So let's see where we got 12 mouse blocks already. This is going kinda slow, but we'll let it work in the background, I guess. So let's continue on that thing. Looks funny from this perspective. Again, I don't really care how it looks in the depth dimension. Not that much at least, but we're gonna get a little bit more of that stone. And let's work on that now. So okay, I just checked again and there's really nothing special from the front perspective of the island, so we can just make it whatever we think is reasonable. I think though I want to make it kind of longitudinal, so it makes sense if it doesn't get too wide, so I'm gonna build more into the height now. Because if we look at it from the top, hold on, let's see, yeah, it gets, this is fine, it's pretty much perfect. Alright, now this side here. Then we want to make this bit a little bit thicker, because this is the precipice where Noel plays the guitar on. Oh, and there go the graphical glitches again. I still don't know what causes those. But let's switch to the shaders where we don't have that problem. like so. And then in the middle the island gets real thin. So only like maybe even only one block wide at the bottom. Right. Right. So that's the thinnest part. That's the thickest part. And we're gonna have some kind of shape in between. Let's make that now. No, let's first make a few intermediate cuts like that. So this one, I suppose, can be 2 blocks thick at the bottom. So let's connect the shape. Right, I think I like where this is going. And we're out of stone again. I mean, this is just the start of a wireframe and it already is looking pretty positively good. One, two, three, 4 stacks. Oh, we don't have that much space actually. Yeah, because I didn't put the sand away yet. Hold on. Oh, sand is doubly compressed. Where? Oh well. Oh well. Let's throw away these kelps, I guess. And let's quickly go over to the crafting bench to get that sand compressed down. Okay, hold on, I need 9 more blocks of sand, and I mean, I will just actually quickly put down this trash can, which I don't need right now, and I made erroneously. I'm gonna just take 9 sand from this box. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I'm full. What just shoved me down there? Was that you? That is capital offense, my friend. I have a diamond on me. Why do I? Oh, because I probably removed some stone. And the lucky rock gave me a diamond. Oh, lucky rock, you silly guy. You can go in there. Right. Right, now to making the sand. Oh, to taking the sand first and then making the sand. Alright. Compress you down. Compress you down. Go to sleep. And then what? Then put the sand away. Over here. And voila, the sand is gone. Let's put the wool away as well. We have a little bit more space. And actually, the buckets we're gonna put in this toolbox. Alright, how are you going along? 24, good. Right. Well, we got some materials on us, so let's continue building. But yeah, I do like where the shape is going. This is going pretty much precisely as intended. I think I'm gonna give it even more of a shape by making it a little bit skinnier. Also, again, by removing some stone just now, we dropped some diamonds. So I'm gonna actually, I mean, we do have kind of infinite diamonds anyway, so it's not a big deal, but they are diamonds. We don't want to let them go to waste either. There they landed. Nice. Good. And I'm thinking we might make a foot accessible path up to the flying island as well with launch pads from Create, where we just go boing, boing, boing up to the library roof, and then on the library roof we'll have one that goes up to the island. Or so I think. We'll see how it goes. Maybe you need to fly. Maybe you need to fly. Alright, now to bending the shape outwards again. So we're gonna continue a little bit like so. Then we're gonna get a wider, but we're still gonna stay very narrow, like so. And then we're softly gonna bend outwards, like so. I don't want to make it too smooth and gradienty of a shape, because it can definitely have rough edges if I want to make it look natural. Because natural terrain isn't all that smooth, it is jagged as well. So you can do a mix between those things. For example, here where the cursor is right now, you see a lot of a rounded bit, but really the way the slope of the terrain moves is in a kind of jagged way, where it isn't exactly circular or anything like that. Just it sometimes gets close to circular, but never really quite. We are doing this much wrong actually. We want to make this longer. Right. This is okay. This is not. I'm gonna get longer in that direction. Now we can get a little bit more rounded. I'm thinking let's actually remove this indentation here and make it go a little bit more outwards rather than inwards, like so. I think that's better. I mean, again, it doesn't have to be perfect with natural imperfections and stuff like that. Other than maybe an idea of being perfectly imperfect. Maybe that's what we want to reach here. Alright. Once we finish the skeleton, we're gonna do kind of a little bit of a weird hybrid mode, where we're gonna fill in the actual parts with granite and dirt. And still leave the wireframes of stone. And then we're gonna afterwards replace the stone wireframes with their designated building materials. this Vulu is living in a precarious situation. And it just made a jump. This crazy guy. Absolute mad lad. Alright, yeah, that is a pretty good shape. I'm happy with that. Looks pretty much like I envisioned it. Let's take another screenshot of that. I noticed that I might have difficulties getting enough granite, and I don't feel like automating it either. So we're gonna have a quick look at the Peter Steel-O-Mat and see if granite is in there. It is not, unfortunately, but let's see, hold on. Let's see how to make granite, maybe we can do something. Granite is diorite and nether quartz. Oh, granite is actually in the Peter Steel-O-Mat. Would you look at that? Very cool. Yeah, I was just blind. So that's gonna be very helpful. Especially now at the start. Now, this is dirt, this is granite, okay. Then we're gonna take a bunch of... Hold on, let me quickly just ask for permission. Anything from the Steel-O-Mat is okay to steal? Question mark. I mean, I'm gonna steal a lot of granite is the thing. Maybe all. Anyway. First, sleepy time. But yeah, that's good, and I think we're actually gonna use this granite pretty much next thing. Well, first maybe a little bit more of stone, and then granite. So let's get some more stone from the furnace. Oops, wrong right click. Can I reach the box from up here? Right. Now I have completely blocked my path. Right. Yeah, let's take another stack of stone here. Where's my aircraft? There it is. And then we're actually already gonna need quite some granite. Let's just steal 4 stacks for now. And you know what? I'm just gonna keep the Steel-O-Mat in my inventory for now, in case I need more. So let's start with stone and then granite. There we go. Cause the thing is, it is not exactly clear what the best choice of building material for the bottom of the island is. For the reason of there being a lot of sunlight and stuff in the pictures that you find online. Sometimes it looks like stone, Sometimes it looks like granite or dirt, more likely dirt, but we're gonna use granite in that case. So what I'm gonna do is use stone at the very bottom and then change to granite. So we're gonna build a little bit of a shape over here. And then we're gonna mix in some granite already, but like only a tiny bit. And we're gonna have a little bit of a gradient between granite and stone here. Like so. And then we're already gonna switch into mostly granite for building here. Well, that is now unfortunately the time where you must go, Mareep. Goodbye! Yeah, like something like that. So that's gonna be essentially the modus operandi here. We're gonna fill this up with more and more granite and essentially eventually dirt, eventually grass, and eventually moss. The moss is still in the making, of course. Maybe at a later point I might get into making my own granite automation. Right now I don't care for it. We just recently made a nice automation machine. It's not that urgent that I need to start another automation project. But look at how the shape is coming along. This is a really nice curve. A really nice three-dimensional shape. Was that you, Voodoo? Did you poop? I just saw something brown falling from the sky. Anyway. I'm a little bit silent now, please forgive that, but you know it is building, and building is kind of a little bit something that I focus on here. Yeah, I like this now. Now comes the part where this just gets a little bit wider. And a lot of the blocks still stay on the same level. Except we're gonna go now further in the depth. Actually, we're gonna go even further, like so. And we're gonna refill the fuel. I think it is easy to kind of underestimate how big this thing is actually being. Because, you know, just about the time that I spent already on this was enough to empty one complete fuel tank of the quadcopter. And it doesn't empty that fast, so that's already quite something. I'm also gonna put down some lights in here, because otherwise this will be a mob farm. A mob farm in the sky. And to be honest, it would be a pretty efficient mob farm as well, considering that the spawns are gonna be pretty much near where I'm flying. So we need to prevent some spawns, lest we want a fuck ton of mobs near us. Okay, that ride broke my vehicle a bit. I'm gonna fix that in a second. Alright. That should do in terms of torque. No, we need some over there as well. But let's first step out of here, and I hope that I don't fall down. Perfect. Repair you. Sleep. Also, we're building this kind of different to the way that I usually work, because usually I like to build walls first and then texture them afterwards, but here we are kind of already doing the gradienting and texturing as we're going, which is to say that we're gonna actually now start here with bringing in some dirt. So let's mix together some dirt and some granite. So we're gonna start putting down a few dirt blocks every now and then. Right. And then connect the rest with granite as before. Then again, splatter some dirt around. So. Then get the granite in. Whoops. Okay, actually we can leave that, I guess. That's fine. Now we're gonna go 50-50 about with the dirt and the gravel, not the gravel, the granite. Granite the rest. And we steal more granite. Granite is here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Nice. That was impressive. Again, about 50-50 of granite and dirt. To mostly dirt. mostly dirt. And LeChonk, you're gonna have to disappear from here. I'm sorry. Actually, let's make one like so. Just didn't find my cursor for a second there. Alright, let's go now with basically only dirt now. Another layer of just dirt. Basically already sticking to the shape above here. Almost at least. And what do you think you're doing here? Anyway, you're allowed for now. Until I have to build there. And then you will be thrown into the void. And you will be thrown into the void right away. Right, let's see. I'm gonna just... I think... Hold on, let's think about this for a second. So, we wanna put some moss blocks on the edges. And maybe put some grass blocks then overhanging on the sides. Maybe do a mix between grass blocks and moss blocks. But I guess that will be when we replace this stone layer there. Also, it's getting dark, but let us check on the current level of moss that we got while we also go to sleep. Oops, that was a bit of a crash landing. Sleep. Let's check on the moss. 58. Well, that's not even a full stack. Yeah, this is going way slower than, of course, 9 hopper botany pots at the same time. Of course, makes sense. But we will stay with this setup for now. It's gonna be some time until we get there to the moss level anyway. We can just do basically all of the sectors in the way that we just did now. So that way we will just need stone, dirt and granite for now, and leave the grass blocks and the moss for later. Alright then. But no, let's actually stock up real quick. We do have, of course, enough of dirt. No, it's not that much, to be fair. Let's stock up then on dirt. Also, dang, the apple tree is going in overdrive today. So, yes, I want to get some more dirt. Let's see how fast the dirt regrew in the factory. That would be interesting to see. Oh, it's completely refilled, that's nice. God damn it, this machine is so satisfying to watch with the fast autocrafter. But yeah, that amount of stacks will suffice. We're still gonna need more stone actually. Let's see if we need to also put some more cobblestone in the cooker. How much space do we have? We have 5 whole spaces for stacks. So let's take all of those 5 stacks of cobblestone and put them in there. 1, 2, 3 stacks. 4, 5 stacks. Wrong chest, that is the one. And 26. So, okay, 64 minus 26 is 38. So we're gonna take 38 more. Oh, now we have 2 more. Yeah, because it's counting down, I guess, so whatever. Yeah, stone. Stone. And voila, we do have some stacks in there. And we need to refill the bucket. Okay, hold on to my apples for a second there. Put you in there. Alright, and all of the fir logs are already in the cooker. So let's refill those as well, because we want this machine to keep going for a while. Got a good amount of cobblestone in there, we want a good amount of clean stone after all. Right. Now we got all we need again, granite and dirt. Well, dirt we need later. First, let's take care of some stone. We're gonna take the smaller second section there before we go to the big one. So we're gonna start by putting in granite very early, but only a little bit. let's replace some of those blocks with granite now. Oops, not both of those, just one. I'm gonna trash the raw gold. I know it's a nice gift of you, but no thanks. And put a granite in there. Can't forget to put down some torches some more, because over there is a big spawnable space now. Alright, is this already where we start putting in, yeah, start putting in granite more regularly? Alright, this is once again one of those moments where SoundCloud freaks the fuck out and does something else that I tell it to. Happens every now and then. This is still where we put in some stone, but not much anymore. And then no stone at all at this point. Still 2 layers more of only one more layer of only granite, and then we start putting in dirt. Also nice that we got a little bit of a straight patch over here, so that it isn't all just rounded and has a little bit of, yeah, like we said, it's always a mix of ruggedness and roundedness. Alright. Oh, this is already where we start putting in the dirt actually. So get over here and replace some of you with dirt. Come on, pick up. Thank you. Alright. Then some more dirt. I think we're gonna elongate the front bit here a little bit. Okay, you're in the way now. Goodbye. Well, okay, you lived. Consider yourself lucky. We are out of granite, which means steel-o-mat. And the granite has been refilled again, nice. Good. Good for me. Once again, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Now I think is already where we go 50-50, yeah? Approximately at least. You are begging for the making, my friend. If you're in my way, I will just knock you down again. With an axe. Making you ouchie ouchie. Until you learn... Yep, you're in the way now. Goodbye. We should actually go here with that. Now mostly dirt I can do. Already only dirt, nice. Last few layers. So that's 2 sections of the island done, and yeah, it's obviously gonna stay hollow on the inside because that's just so many blocks to fill. No one has that kind of time. Other than I would fill it with lava and water and stuff. Nah, I'm just gonna put torches in and call it a day. I also want to have a quick look how it looks on the map. Oh yeah, that looks epic. That looks pretty epic on the map. Not gonna lie. It's gonna look even cooler with... Oh, well, if it's green on the top, then you're gonna hardly see it on the map because it's just green on green from above. So let's see how that will work out in the end. Okay. So I gotta say we already made quite some progress already. I'm gonna continue for a while though now. We still have grass and granite and dirt, so it should be fine. It's gonna get dark now though, so I'm gonna take a quick sleep. Let's continue then. I'm thinking I'm gonna bisect this sector here with another quick wireframe line. So that it becomes a little bit easier to fill. Because that piece in the middle is gonna be complicated, but if it's already complicated I don't need it to be quite this big. I'm gonna make it a little bit easier on myself, and we're gonna do some stoning. Perfect. Perfect stoning. Now for the other side here, I think I'm gonna round it out a little bit more. We're gonna go narrow on the bottom, at the very bottom, and then go wide here. Again, like I said a few times before, there is no exact shape that I need the side profile to follow. Oh, and I'm low on fuel. There you go, back again. So we already exhausted 2 entire fuel tanks of the quadcopter. That's how big this project is already. Alright. Very asymmetrical, but I think I want it to be. I think I like that. It's gonna make again, this particular sector even more complicated. Well, it sucks to be me. Can't really do much about it. Actually, now that I think about it, the way that these are shaped very differently, this is also not gonna be very easy. I might change my approach to this and start making a horizontal medium line over here that's just straight, because I think that's the best intersection for those 2 curves. Wait, that is exactly why I'm doing this. This is already too steep of a curve, of a line, I suppose. Right. because now the thing is, on the upper side here we have a surface that bulges outward on the left side, and here at the bottom we have a shape that bulges out on the right side. So that's why I split it basically in two, because in the middle we're gonna have a straight wall in, basically. Let's make the straight wall first. See, this is almost completely straight. This is where we already used dirt, so we have to be a little bit careful that I mix in some dirt on this layer. Have I just replaced the granite with granite? God damn it. You can be granite, that's fine. But we need dirt here. Right. Yeah, we could already go that way completely, like so. I think that's a good curve over here, and then again let's replace some of it with dirt. Right, and then it starts turning the other way. So now we got exactly one bit of straight wall now. Then this left side starts to bulge outwards. Still use... no, this is about where we said it's probably gonna be 50-50. Yeah. Okay. Let's put this one over here already. Then we say another level of 50-50 and then mostly dirt. And then from this point on only dirt. good wall there. Now it's gonna come the part where we're gonna have, well, a little bit of a twisty thing going on, because we're gonna have a concave piece of curvature. Right. So this layer is just out of granite. Let's do it like so. Okay. Then we have still a layer of just granite. Good. Now we got granite with a little bit of stone in it. More granite with a little bit of stone in it. And we're gonna this time go pretty deep into the shape here. So we're gonna have an overhang now. Turn you even more inward, like so. Let's add some more stone now, but not too much. Alright, yeah, I think that is enough curvature inside. So this is, yeah, just getting more and more stone involved. Yes, that looks pretty good then. I like the weighty overhang over there. What is the Pokemon? It's an Abra, is it? Yes, it is. An Abra. Let's light this up some more. Do I have enough material for another go? I have just a little bit more granite and not that much more stone, though a little bit. Okay, stone I don't need too much anyway because I just need it for the bottom bit and for the line in between here. No, that I will make that out of granite anyway. So we're streaming now for pretty much 2 hours. And I think I'm gonna go for a bit more. Because 2 hours isn't really that much. So we're gonna continue working on this side here. And we're gonna start again by bisecting the area with this line here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. sorry. Okay. You both have to go. Goodbye. Goodbye. This is the last one where we kind of use more stone than granite. I don't want this to be one line for too long. Let's use it like this. So, and this is where we use mostly granite and a little bit of stone. Got it. Got it, sir. And we need to steal more granite. Something. Oh, the torches should be here. Yeah, we don't have torches anymore. Okay. Keep on, keep on. This line already is just granite. So now, just granite. Oh, whoops, no, I accidentally offhanded my torches. I didn't expect that. one more line of only granite. So let's use that. Yeah, this shape is good. Alright, and now we add in some dirt. A little bit of dirt, specks of dirt. Dirt. We're soon gonna run out of fuel again. More mixed dirt over here. So let's go like this, 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 this. Liking this so far. Nice, I just got 6 bits of redstone from my lucky rock. That's nice. Alright, and now only dirt. That concludes this section. Let's take a screenshot from over here. Nice. think that's gonna be it for today. Yeah, floating island in progress. I think it looks nice, and we're gonna continue next time probably, or we're gonna play something else entirely. Could also be, who knows. There's a lot of games to play. We could continue Hades. I could try out something else. We could continue Cards of the Lamb. My Steam library is very full, so really, if you have any particular requests, we can also talk about that. But other than that, I think we're gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna check if there is someone to raid.